Hello, Henry here. Welcome back to a new game, and you can already see it in the background. The game is Never Second in Rome, a game I played in the Steam Next Fest as a demo in last year in October. And I wanted to go in here and play this for real this time. The game came out in of February, and it's in early access right now. So the game is around 10 euros for me here in Europe, and it is currently in a state of development, of course, and it has roughly around half of the chapters it will have in the full version. That's at least what it says in the description. And if you haven't seen the demo or the demo play, then this game is a historical RPG tactical management game, and we are a centurion in the legions of Caesar, and we have to get a character going, have to develop ourselves, have to train our troops, and we follow Caesar up over the Alps to the north. That's at least his conquest of Gaul and all the northern parts, or as far as they got. And we are going in here. Let me just quickly check something here. Effects, music, that sounds about right. Gameplay wise, combat speed could be a bit faster, that's fine. Do a bit more music in here. So, and we go for the new game. So this is our general, and the general attribute values range from 1 to 99, and we can create our character now. And we have to see what we're going to do. And like in every old RPG or standard RPG, you see here the cost goes up or down depending on how far up you go. And what we are going to do is redistribute the stuff. You can see here what everything does. Strength, of course, is something we need for the damage. Constitution is our health base. Endurance is our the endurance. Basically, quickness is how frequently we act or move in combat. Coordination helps with stance coordination, which is very important, or at least in the demo it was very important. Intellect we need for the management part, and these three, charisma, awareness, intellect, are for the roleplay part. And bravery, it seems, is set already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play something like 60 points in intellect. Yeah, that's 1 point. Then we go for a bit of strength. We go a bit of, let's do coordination. We get a bit of constitution out. And a bit of endurance. So we hit hard. We can coordinate good. And we take a bit of charisma, awareness. Let's put awareness up. I think we do something like this. This is our character. And now we can choose some bonus stuff. Oh, let me see. Versatile. Gives us minimum requirements. Oh, we need a bit more on that to get everything up 1. Okay, brilliant. We need intellect 61. Oh, I'd love to take brilliant to get 10 extra. I think that's what we're gonna do. Take awareness and charisma out. Take intellect to 61, and then we can take brilliant as 1. And we have one more feature. What is fearless? Bravery up 10. Iron-willed, discipline up, and bravery up, and talented. So we are strong in everything, okay? In the weapons department. You can see here that's our stats. Oh, these are our stats, and these are the weapons we can use. So the current state of our training and the potential end state. Astute. We would need a bit more charisma to be astute. Why not? Yes. Let's go. What was the awareness we need for astute? 57. Oh, what was it? Charisma, yeah. Okay. How about we take a bit of quickness out? And we take another quickness out, take charisma, and then we should have brilliant, astute. Ooh, what is this? Charmer. Oh, it pushes up the other parts. Okay, good. That's how we go. And now we have to choose our past. So where did we come from? How did we get the position of a centurion? Did we have a direct commission? So in the footsteps of our father, he was a centurion himself. This is one way to get there by through your family and through your ways, or you can get there by promotion through the ranks if you really outshine, and you got there on, let's say, merit. Yeah. And I want to say we got here by promotion through the rank. That's how we got there, and now we have to say how our 3 years. So you saw here the promotion we got here 3 years ago. So now we have to say what we did in those 3 years. So at what position did we start? Did we start at a librarius, which gives us a bit more intellect? Did we start as a hornblower, as a conison, awareness and intellect, or as a Tesarius? I think we get here one of the bookkeepers. Since we're playing a bit of intellect style, I say we started guard commander for century. No, we started as a conison, and then we got in here as a Tesarius previously, standard bearer, Optio, second in command. You would have need Tesarius, so now we are Tesarius, and then we were an Optio. So we started as a hornblower, then we got Tesarius, and then we went for the second in command at Optio, and that's how we got here. And yeah, now we need a name, and we're gonna pick randomly. So as always, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We are Titus Anicius. This is our guy, and we are not from any particular family, I'd say. So we are Titus Anicius, and now we are done with RPG style selection of our character. So this is our main character, and now we have to find our Optio. So if we go back a few steps, you remember that we had to choose our career path, and I think the Optio was the best standard bearer. No, it's a second in command, right? The Optio is a second in command, and it's positioned at the rear where it's responsible for maintaining discipline. Charisma is an Optio's most important attribute. Good awareness and discipline are also desirable. Intellect might help on occasion, especially if it's higher than centurions. Okay, so we go with this, and we try to go with a merit-based gameplay. So how about someone with a lot of charisma and awareness, and charisma, awareness, a bit of intellect and discipline. So let's see, charisma 61, 51, 54. What's there? He's the not the worst, but he has really good discipline. He is good. He's got the most charisma, the best discipline, and good awareness. I think Manius Geminius is our Optio. That's what we go for. And a centurion is a unit commanded by a centurion. As part of a freshly raised legion, your century is very close to its normal strength of 80 men. 6 centuries form a cohort, and the basic tactical unit of the Roman army. And then cohorts form a legion. Armies are usually composed of several legions depending on the scope and importance of a campaign. So current size, we are on 74 men of 80. We are the 10th cohort in the 11th legion. That's how this goes. These are the average stats for our troops and our average skill and the most skill we can get for now. And you will remain with your century for a very long time, but not through your whole career. It's not uncommon for centurions to be eventually transferred to different legions. So we are put in charge of getting our troops ready. Here we go. The start of our campaign of our legionnaires' life, or yeah, the never second in Rome here. There is not a single power left in the whole Great Sea that would contest Rome's hegemony. Several generations have passed since the days of Hannibal's war, a conflict so total dreadful as to eclipse any slaughter of the past. Carthage itself was destroyed decades later, almost a century ago. In the years between, the Kingdom of Macedonia and the Seleucid Empire, two of the most prominent descendants of Alexander's conquest, had been vanquished. These are the stats. That's Anicius, that's us, that's the Century, that's the troops, and this is Manius Geminius, our Optio. Good. We go, and you can see we got some flavor values here. So valor, humanitas, integrity, religion, Caesar's opinion of us, the troops' opinion of us, these all play a role in the coming stuff. So, in many respects, Rome had never been so strong, and yet internally the Republic began to show the first cracks. The victories brought prosperity, but wealth was increasingly concentrated in the hands of a few. The traditional levy army that had won so many victories became less and less sustainable. Citizens had to meet minimum property requirements to serve in the legions and provide their own equipment, but to serve in a distant province meant being away from home for years. And let one's land fall to ruin. Many farmers came back poor from service, and to aggravate the detrimental imbalance, they had little choice but to sell their to large landowners. Their impoverishment also meant that less manpower would be available to feed the ravenous military needs of Rome. There were political attempts to address the situation, but they met the opposition of the senators' class and came to nothing. Something that even ended in violence, sometimes. So we are going to read these because this is also a historical game, not only an RPG, and we want to see and immerse ourselves in the story here and learn a bit about also the history here. The presence of volunteers, often recruited from the poorest citizens, became progressively more frequent. The first prominent example was made about 50 years ago when Consul Gaius Marius recruited thousands among the destitute for his campaign in the kingdom of Numidia. A steady pay and a grant of land on discharge were a great attraction for those who were desperate and had nothing to lose. Their destiny became entwined with that of their commander. Their loyalty was to him and no longer to the state, a dangerous arrangement in a society with a ruling class strongly driven by individual competition. And with Marius as an officer, one Lucius Cornelius Sulla, who proved extremely capable, they saw a bitter rivalry was born between the two during those days. After Numidia, they both went on to become famous generals and heroes of the Republic. Then, exactly 30 years ago, Sulla attained consulship and raised a large army to respond to the aggressions of King Mithridates of Pontus in the east. A campaign that promised rich spoils of war, and when Marius used his political ties to supersede Sulla's command, Sulla left Rome and reached his legions. He played on the soldiers' fear that Marius would recruit his own army and they would be disbanded, losing the opportunity for abundant plunder. He convinced them to do what even Hannibal couldn't do in the old days and marched on Rome itself. And the sheer horror of the civil war that ensued left a deep scar to this day. Rome was stormed twice again by two factions, each episode surpassing the previous one in atrocity. In the end, Sulla proclaimed himself dictator. Even after a decade-long internecine conflict and the death of Sulla, the situation remained tense. 20 years later, there's still fear among the elite that a man with enough resources and support might turn that strength against Rome and seize power by force. One such potential threat is Pompey, who in his youth helped Sulla crush the opposition with an army raised at his expense. Recently, he returned from the prosperous East after a string of victories that yielded enormous riches and made him by far Rome's most successful living general. Another is Crassus, the most affluent man in the city besides Pompey. You live in Gallia Cisalpina, the region to the south and east of the Alps mountain range and immediately to the north of the province of Italy. As a customary, a new governor with proconsular authority was appointed in Rome to take charge here. What is not customary is that he was granted an extraordinarily long mandate that will expire 4 years from now. His rule would also include neighboring Illyricum and the province of Gallia Transalpina that lies beyond the Western Alps, an important tract of territory to the south of Gallia proper, the vast land inhabited by many tribes outside the Roman authority. These provinces already had a combined garrison of 4 legions, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th, which is ours, and more than respectable force. The order to raise 2 more legions, the 11th and 12th, came as a big surprise. The news brought a major change in your life because you were promoted to centurion and took charge of one of the 60 centuries composing the 11th. About 80 men are now under your command. So this is the backstory of how we got into command. As you prepare to spend the next month transforming a recruit into versatile tools of conquest, rumors spread widely about the intentions of the new proconsul. Whatever plans he has, this Gaius Julius Caesar must be a man of no small ambition. So to give you a visual idea on what was just told and to set a stage for our character Titus Anicius and his legion, here is a map of the Roman Republic from around 58 BC. The map was taken from Wikipedia and can be found by searching for map of Europe 58 BC and was spun by the users Cristiano64 and Colddeal, and it shows the extent of the Republic or the state of Republic at around 58 BC. The timeline given by the story should line up with the campaign of Julius Caesar in Gaul. The event of 30 years prior of Sulla being a consul should be 88 BC, and Sulla died in 78 BC, so 20 years later is 58 BC, and that's the year Julius Caesar started his campaign. And on the map you can see the extent of the Republic in yellow, and on the Greek peninsula were the Macedonians, and on the east, in the east was the Seleucid Empire. Both were name dropped in the text. And zooming in, we can see the northern parts under the administration of proconsul Gaius Julius Caesar, which is split in two parts: Gallia Cisalpina, the stuff below the Alps, southern of the Alps and to the east and north of Italy, and Gallia Transalpina, the stuff to the left of the Alps. In fact, our exact location is given in the game later on, and I'm gonna spoil it for you. We are, in fact, stationed here in Aquileia, in the eastern parts of Gallia Cisalpina. Here we are. This is our fort, and this is one part of the gameplay loop. We are here for 10 turns, and we are in part 1, and we have to train our troops and train the troops up. You see here we got a few points to go through. So first up, this is things we can influence by whatever we decide to allocate our points to. We come to that in a minute. And we want to get as high in everything as possible. So gain education and improvements for ourselves, which is very important. That because this is the way we can increase our intellect and charisma, which we need to get along. Supervision is for everything. Our troops are, a bit rowdy, or they can be a bit rowdy, and depending on how we do and what we do and how we allocate our points. Yeah, you see here, the lower the score, the higher the penalty, and it's the effectiveness of our soldiers training. So better supervision gives us better stuff, and yeah. And as you can see, supervision also influences the rate of staff improvement. Admin is how well and timely you are performing our administrative duties, and it can go from minus 2 to 1 if negative and 4 to 1 if positive. And we need a high score on this to get points, and other duties is just stuff. Let's quickly go over the 4 things we can do. First up, trade. Simple as is. This is what we can buy for us. As we read right now, this is our money, and every one of our soldiers has to cover his own stuff. So we do not get anything, we have to buy everything, and we can't even buy stuff for Optio or our legions. This is just for us as the main character. And you can see here we can buy other stuff like slave, luxury good, and some pieces of art, or camp followers, plenty of opportunity to have a good time. So we could also pay the whole century to get more morale in. That's some flavor stuff we need. Then there's our inventory. This is us. This is our stuff. This is Titus Anicius. And you can see here, this is our protection and stuff. These values we need later on. We get some penalties due to the heaviness of all this stuff. And we want to upgrade this over the time. And this is Manius Geminius, our Optio. This is his stuff. And you can see he has to cover his own stuff. Okay, then we got our summary. That's just the overall summary of us and of the centurion. Nothing major here. And here's our reputation with our valor, our level ups we get, and these things, as far as I remember, they have some influence on how the troops see us, how the stuff goes, and you can see here you can go negative and positive. We can have some deeds accompanied to our name, and we've got altars, so when we do some religious stuff, which is a very important part of the Roman life. And then the centurion, you can see here, that's the overall thing, and you see here we are trash right now. And we have to change that by allocating our training. So you see here, each round, if we continue here on the next turn, we've got 10 turns, and each round we can try to do stuff to get our troops better going and to get ourselves a bit better. And you can see here we can have strain if we go into the extra. We can have training efficiency up, and yeah, let's see. I think we want to educate ourselves. That's very important. And you can see here it will increase our humanitas by 6 AP and slowly improve intellect and charisma over time. And if none of your respite points are being spared, the benefits is reduced to 1/3, and if you're using extra points, you won't be able to make use of even if it's active. So, if you completely neglect education for 10 consecutive turns, your Manitas will decrease. Okay, we want to learn. And here you see respite, and this is extra, and the text says if none of your respites are being spared, the benefit is reduced by 1/3, so we can use one of this without penalty. If we use both, we only get 1/3. The benefits are reduced by 1/3, so we only get 2/3 of the value, and if you do extra, yeah, we don't get anything. And you can see here we can push in a lot of points. So for example, if I do this, you see we could put everything into coordination. So what we want to do is get our troops ready. Sword, shield, a bit of javelin, and then we go, let's see, what do we do? Strength, constitution, if we go everything 1, let's get quickness down. And let's get coordination up. Let's get supervision up. What is share hardship? What does this do? Announce your privileges and share the hardship of your troops. Troops will gain 3 AP per turn. Your discipline endurance training will also get a bonus. Downside is that your morale stability will be reduced by 5. Okay. What is this? Ah, that shows us our own stuff. Okay. So, let's get this out, get swords in. What is this? High melee training. The amount of points of this training will increase strain with each passing turn. The effect reflected in the value displayed in the workload. Side effect panel. Strain caused by high level of melee training is usually less than the caused by extra training. Okay. If I do this, it's also strain. Okay, fine. So this way is morale up 1 because of the respite. What if I do this? Still morale up 1, and this just gives us strain. Workload side effect minus 25 strain, so we're still losing strain, of course. Yeah, let's do this, and we keep the 1 respite to get full education, and we start with this, and we go into the next turn. Use sentry training must... Oh, right. That's us. Oh, sorry. Ha! I forgot, we go for constitution down strength, we already have a lot. How about we go for admin as well? Supervision. We go for shield, javelin we don't need, we do this. And we get 1 more point, so how about we do... that's the respite. Wired. Let's do constitution. Yeah, sounds about right. And then our centurions. That's the troops. Oh, it's specialization. Oh, we can specialize here. Cool. Okay. Let's see. What are we good at? We are at swords, way off from the potential. Artillery is down, discipline is down, shields is down. So what we want to do is get all of this up. Because if we need to fight, we need to be good. So skill, discipline needed, swords needed, shields 2, javelin 2. We go for other duties to get our stuff up. Give this all 1 at least. And then troops opinion goes up. If we go here, troops opinion still goes up. Let's get a bit of coordination in. I think that's the way we go. That's discipline. I think discipline is a very important one. Without discipline we are lost. And discipline right now is low. Real low. So how about we do it this way? No effects, that's fine. I think we're going this way. Next turn. And we see what happens. So, education progresses, administration is up, supervision is way up. And select individual with better quality within the centurion. Besides supervision is negative, it's penalized the effectiveness of his soldiers' training. Okay, so you see here, stats changes. We got coordination, the centurion got endurance, coordination, a lot of sword, shield, javelin, discipline and artillery. And Manius Gemenius got also a bit of stuff. And we got our pay of 1400 sestertii. Which means we can go in and see later on if we buy some stuff here. Training wise, we go with the same plan again. Here we are. Got a lot of stuff done. As you can see here, if we go into the centurion, you see here we are going up. The points are going up, artillery is going up. We need a bit more here, definitely more discipline. So let's quickly switch gears around in the centurion part. So we're going for discipline is full. Let's take shields a bit down, get swords a bit in. Yeah, that's about right. Other duties, how are we doing on other duties? Nothing, we're holding. How about we take this out, and go for this, or let's take quickness out. So we want to push up other duties a bit and then hold. And we've got an event. A legionnaire discreetly offers you 50 sestertii if you let him dodge the most menial and strenuous duties of the year, for a year. We refuse, and I think we are going to play rather strict. And we do disciplinary action. You put him on double latrine duty for the next 3 months. Integrity is up by 90, the discipline is up by 200, and the morale is down by 1. So we got a bit of integrity for this. And then we move on. Next turn. But many of your troops have been looking feeble, strain plus 10, including individuals. Okay. Linger and fatigue and strain. So how about we go to the centurions? Yeah, we did some other duties. That is good. We got a bit of stuff in. Supervision is very high. Let's take it down a notch. And let's get ourselves in here with a bit of this. How are we doing? Sword, shield. Yeah, javelin is not the best. Discipline is not good. Where is it? Coordination gives us endurance. How do we get discipline up again? Okay. We do it this way, and then the centurions, we're gonna go for some artillery training as well. The other duties can go a bit back. And we get no effect. Yeah, if we do this, we get strain minus 25. Let's do it 1 round this way for a bit of morale and recovery. Here we are. Supervision is way up. That's what we want to see. And then we can take out one of the supervisions, get a bit of javelin going. And for the centurions, we can give the points back. So, yeah, discipline is going way up. Javelin needs some work. Everything needs some work here. Get this one up. Oh, I want to see what the specialization is. Manis, Geminius, sword, shield, javelin, discipline. Specialize in sword. Select and receive specialization bonus available for specialization. Okay. So we can put him to work on constitution, quickness, coordination, strength, javelin, shield, and sword. Let's put him on sword duty. And we continue. We want to get somewhere here. Oh, what is this? Morale stability has been applied. Supervision is up, other duties is up. Quickly see what morale is. Fatigue is none. Next here we're close. Stability is 60. On even turns, every morale slowly moves toward the value of stability if they are different. Okay. Impact of morale 0. Morale is on 60, so we are right on the money. Oh, we can appoint a signifier. Ready to point a new staff. You will need notified. Okay, we can't right now, but later on we will. Another event. This morning Century is taking part in a mock battle lined up with the rest of the cohort, armed with buttons, swords, and javelins. The men wait in silence for the starting signal. Tribunes are watching. First part of the exercise involves basic maneuver. Discipline difficulty is low. and it checks against our discipline, and the discipline is 22. I hope it's enough. Yes, 19 was the requirement, we got it. We keep up with the rest of the cohort with too much confusion, good enough for all recruits. It's time to hurl javelins. Uh-oh, that's... Attempt a single well-coordinated volley, or let each soldier. We do it independently because I don't think the 17 is enough. So let's do this. Oh, barely scratched by. Nothing impressive, but more than acceptable. And now we are in close range combat. And we failed close range combat. Damn it. We lost a bit of opinion here. Shortcomings during the episode, should address them before you have a real... Okay, we need to get this. And no, we don't want to do strain. Let's get the javelin down, that's fine. Oh, right, that's us. Wait a minute. We are doing fine. This way. Here, this one. Let's get drill. No, drill has to stay up. We need to get this going. Okay, how about we do javelin down, sword in, morale down, troop opinion down, and we take a bit of javelin out. Fine. Yeah, we get a bit of strain, that should be okay. Your troops have responded positively, nice. So we got a bit of strain. Next here an 80, fatigue none, and we got now a bit of... Here, we are current 3. So we've got a bit of fatigue, but nothing major. We got swords up quite a lot. We need discipline more. Okay. What are we doing? Supervision is up. Administration is up. So I can ease up on the administration and go coordination. I think we're good on coordination. So how about we get ourselves a bit more constitution in, the one we did not do. Yeah, let's keep it this way. And then we take sword out and get in here with coordination. 3 coordination. That's it. Move. Okay. New staff. Okay, we can appoint new staff. We have a signifier and a standard bearer of the century, and we need melee skill and bravery, very important. So we pick out a new one. Let us see. Possible range of values. We decide what we take here, and the melee skill and bravery it is. So bravery up by 3, and then we take strength and... Oh, wait a minute. Bravery is gonna be his best stat, and then we take strength, constitution, and sword as his second best, or as his superiors. Then 4 average ones, which are gonna be discipline, shield, coordination, and endurance. And also it takes 4 rounds to get this back, so when we do build another one of these, we can only do it once more for this in this way. So we are limited a bit in how our troops look, or the special guys. You can also see over the side here how they look. And our worst one is probably intellect. No, let's say javelin. And this is our signifier. And we generate him. And also our supervision here helps to get really strong values, and this is the guy we got. Well, it's okay. We rolled okay, fine enough. So this is Gaius Navius for our signifier, and a Thesaurus. Good discipline, intellect ought to be a little bit above, and charisma and awareness have importance too. So it's the guard of the commander. We pick a new one, and this time we go for discipline as his best. Just as it's the first one we can do, we do it in the way that is best for us. We take charisma and awareness, and then we take average on sword, bravery, and strength, or constitution, and strength. And the worst, he is at javelin again. Generate him. And this is our Sextus Sepulius, the Tessarius. And these are the guys, and we have no notable legionnaires for now. We can get later on a few, which we could get in here into these positions, because people or characters can die. So supervision is very high, we keep it at that. That should keep the level. Yeah, let me quickly check something. Okay, I'm back, sorry. So, we are on 100 supervision, we are on 44 adrin, so supervision down, yeah, that's all fine. I think we did everything now, and we continue. And one more, we just give it a tap, and here we are, 10 of 10, and another one. Did we have money? Yeah, we have money. Right, I forgot about that. Before we go further and end this part, I want to go into the trade and see what I got. What do we have? Can I see? Can I see my own stash? No, only this one, right? Can I put it in the stash? No. Okay, so we have to manually see, I guess. So we've got 1.7, so is there anything we could buy? Okay, we are down to these pads. Material quality 3, 4. What's the difference here? What's this? Overall reduction of penalties -1. Protection 20 and 10, 21 and 11 for 1 quality up. Endurance 2, quickness 3. So these would be better, because I don't lose a quickness point and only the 1 point. How about the weapon? What's the difference? 4, 3, and what's this? Appearance. Ooh. 19, that's 1 point of damage for the quality? No. What's the difference? How is this? Hispanian sword, Hispanian sword. Why is this better than this? So the damage is dependent on the metal? Do I see that correctly? Yeah. Strength division 5, anti-armor 8, it's also lower. Accuracy is higher on this one. Soft spot modifier, reach, quality. So this one would be better, except for the appearance, which gives an... Oh, this is the big one. Okay. And here's ornamental stuff, which gives appearance +1. Let's get these. Yes. That's cheap. And we'd save some money, and then we'd buy next time for the good stuff. Where does this go? Ooh, it's just an add-on. Cool. So, extra appearance. Nice. And we go on. And we move on. Get a bit of admin, get a bit of stuff done. Caesar's opinion goes up. Here we are. We've got Humanitas 1, Integrity 2, and Caesar's opinion hasn't changed. Unfortunate. Trouble is brewing in the west. On a plateau beyond the northern Alps live the Helvetic, a Gallic people, one of the strongest. The harsh Jura mountains separate them from most of the other Gauls, and the river Rhine from the Germanic people. They have decided to make your time more interesting by abandoning their land and moving into the vast and fertile plains between the Rhone and the Garonne, part of the large independent region that your people call Gallia. On top of that, they have convinced several neighboring tribes to join them. So, here we go. Of the 2 routes available, the easier by far passes right through Gallia Transalpina, a Roman province, and one under responsibility of a new proconsul. Caesar has just arrived from there, where he met with the ambassador of the Helvetii. They asked for free passage, but despite their reassurance that they would not cause damage, Caesar stalled and then denied their request. The region suffered an uprising only a few years ago, and although the situation is now under control, the passage of the Helvetii could spark a disaster. So we have to go over. To complicate matters, there's only one legion stationed in Gallia Transalpina. The rest, including yours, are wintered near Aquilea. Hundreds of miles to the east of the crisis. When the talks were still underway, Caesar ordered the destruction of the bridge at Geneva, the city closest to Helvetii, and the building of a ditch and an earthwork wall. A single legion had no hope to stop the Helvetii in a pitched battle, but with the help of these obstacles, their passage could be impeded. After unfruitfully probing at the defenses, the moving host had no choice but to opt for the other more difficult road, passing between the Jura and the river Rhone. On the surface this should have settled things, but such situations are never so simple. If there was uncertainty about the Helveti's unfriendliness before, they will surely be hostile from now on. After what transpired at the border, if they reach their destination, there will be a powerful enemy occupying the plains to the north of the province that already lives in precarious balance. It is easy to guess what happens next. Caesar is here at Aquilea to take control of his remaining 5 legions, cross the Alps, and intercept the Helvetii before they can complete their plan. Their new route will take them through the territory of the Sequani, another of the numerous independent Gallic tribes that live to the north, lands controlled by the Rome. They'll have to negotiate their passage. At least this will buy you some time. The soldiers nervously prepared to leave camp under your supervision. They weren't expecting to go on a campaign so soon after joining the army. The orders are to travel light, to march as quickly as possible. So if we have a look at this here, these stats are not great. As we've seen, the potential was something around 48, 50. So we are only on half potential and already have to move out. As Aquilea slowly disappears into the horizon, you suddenly meditate about what is waiting at the end of the long road ahead of you. And here's the representation of our journey on the map so far. The Helvetii are marked on the map right above the Alps, and the city of Geneva with the one garrison in Transalpina lies right about here, and we are all the way over to the other side. A lot of ground to cover. Summary of part 1. So this is the troops. We've upgraded our stuff a bit, only a little bit. We are on the lowest rank possible. We've got our yearly wage with a fixed cost, and this is our reputation. We've got integrity up. You can see here we didn't get a valor. We have a bit of Caesar's opinion, but not enough to go up, and some troops opinion. At least our troops like us. So let's see where we go. And this is the century. Here you see what I meant. We are not prepared at all for a big engagement. This is the inventory, nothing major here. We continue. The crossing of the Po Valley is fast and easy, but now you've reached the Alps. Barbarian tribes with no liking of the Roman trespassers live here and will do their best to make your trip as memorable as possible. You have to build a fortified camp to spend the night in. Your century is made of young and inexperienced soldiers, and although not much is expected of them, they will have to do their part. So this is the second part here. We have to do some engineering work. That is why engineering was a bit on our table. We could push our people and get a bit of tiredness in, or we can strive for superiority and get a bit of this in, which would give us a bit of AP, but very important is we get all of this done. So green is what we get, and red is something we could get a bonus roll from. So we roll on 100, we rolled a 63, then a modifier was applied to it because of our engineering. I think it's 50 minus our engineering, that's the difficulty. So 50 is the baseline we should have, that's the middle ground, and everything under 50 is considered lower value or not good, and that's why we got a modifier of 29. So we got a roll of 42, and we roll against another 100 to see if we win. And for the fights, you can keep this, because in the fights it's going to be the same thing. And here you see we got the bonus roll. 49 minus 21 is still over 4. And overall we get to have to build this in 20 turns. So to gauge if we do it, we are on our way, because on 5 turns we should have 1/4 done, and we're already close to it. So yeah, if we strive for quality we do not get it, but if we do this we can push it forward. And I just click now and we will see Look at this, how quick we are going here. We are on half. We are so good that we can, in fact, start doing some quality maybe. Let's push it up another one. And now we do quality as long as we have a few turns over. Okay. Look at this. We do it one more time and now we are finished. So whatever we do, we will finish. Now we do it off and we got a bit of extra in here. Nice, look at this. And engineering has increased because we're this great. Cool. Okay. This gave us a bit of fatigue, but it seems like nothing. Okay, nothing. This is important in the fight later on. We start with 0, the next tier goes up to 82, then we are from none, we go to fatigue, then we go to tired, exhausted, and collapsing. Which means, of course, we are getting really bad, in really bad shape, and lingering is something that is carrying over through fights. So, we are coming closer to the first fight, and I think we're gonna do the first fight in this one. And then we are ending this episode after the first fight. The crossing goes on, the mountain roads are treacherous, and the locals, the Citronus, the Graio Kelly, and the Caturigus. I'm sorry if I butcher these. Never miss an opportunity to harass you. Several times, units from the 3 more experienced legions have to engage them to fend off an ambush or to repel an attempt to block your path. This afternoon you are accompanying your sentry to collect wood. Your perimeter is surrounded by elements of the 7th who are performing the same task. You are approaching a lazy recruit when suddenly you are interrupted by a cry of alarm to your left. You are under attack. Your men are too inexperienced to throw into the fray. They should form for battle but stay back in reserve where it is safer. So we can remain with our troops at the back and let the soldiers of the 7th deal with it. And as we learned here, the 7th are good. They are trained, not like our new legion. And we could also tell your Opti to stay with the recruits, and while we go alone to help the front line. Ooh, do we want to do that? I'm quite sure we get an engagement. No, we stay with our soldiers. Because I think if we go forward without our troops, what are we going to do? We're just going to interrupt somewhere and we're not part of the other legions. So I'm going with remain with the troops in the back. In a matter of minutes, reinforcements arrive and the ambushes are quickly dispersed. Yeah, you see. I could have gone in, but I think that was too risky and we're gonna stay with our troops. This little training journey through the Alps is being especially demanding of his soldiers. Competitiveness points are converted into everyday morale with a ratio of 4:1. Okay, what is competitiveness? Where is competitiveness? Ah, here. Morale. Okay, that's part of it. Lead them through the idea. Ooh, charisma and intellect. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's a high check. Oh, we did it. Nice. We got 72. Charisma plus intellect. Intellect is 78 and charisma was 67. How did it get to 72? Or is it a century? Intellect, charisma, no. Don't know how. No, Titus. That's us. Titus Anicius. That's us. How are we getting to 72? Don't matter. You play on their friendly rivalry with your twin legion, the 12th. They do not want to look weak beside their peers. Your leadership and example right by the 3 elder legions help restore their confidence. We've got a lot of discipline AP, which means discipline should have gone up another point. And potential discipline went up for the century. Cool. On the 7th day, since you entered these accursed mountains, you finally emerge in the territory of Gallia Transalpina. Here you join the legion that Caesar left to garrison the border. Now you're at the full strength. You see the proconsul talking to a stern-looking senior officer. He must be Titus Labienus, the legate who was left in charge of the troops stationed here. Caesar and Labienus go back a few years or so, you are told. Lingering rhetoric queue is greatly reduced for everyone, barring the effects of strain. The Helvetii have not been idle during the time it took you to come all the way here from Aquileia. They have crossed the land of the Sequani and are moving through the area controlled by their neighbors, the Aedui, a tribe in very friendly terms with Rome. When an embassy
from the Aedui reach your camp. Rumors spread that they have come to ask for your help. The Helvetii are pillaging their fields and they lack the means to defend. There's no time to waste, and very soon you pass over the Rhone and press on the outside of the territory of the province. Scouts report that the Helvetii have been crossing the Saône, a tributary of the Rhone up north, with improvised rafts and boats for 20 days. About 1/4 of their people are still stuck on this side of the river. Caesar resolves to take 3 of the experienced legions and moves at a quick pace to catch them by surprise. The messenger that come back from the battleground talk of a one-sided massacre. Busy as they were crossing the river, the Helvetii were totally unprepared for battle. Now Caesar intends to build a bridge to get over the Sound as quickly as possible. I think it's called, in German, we call it Seine. S-E-I-N-E, as quickly as possible and keep the pressure on the bulk of the enemy forces that are on the other side. Should we send an engineer? How is our engineer looking? 29. That difficulty looks around 30-ish. We tried. Damn. Lose some opinion. Well, 3. It's your call. You can't shift the blame on them. That's true. I knew what I was getting into. It was my call, and I knew it was probably gonna fail. Attack army only one day to cross the river with you and as a force of 4,000 horsemen recruited among the locals and nearby Gallic tribes, including the Aedui. The Helvetii are very close now, close enough that they send a delegation to talk, but the confrontation has gone too far. Neither Caesar nor their leaders seem interested in peaceful solution. The next day, the Helvetii resume their journey. When the proconsul sends the cavalry to follow them closely, the enemy manages to ambush them and drive them off with a much smaller force. This is bad, they will get bolder. For 15 days, you followed him at a reasonable distance, never getting closer than 5 or 6 miles. You don't see much. Your legion is kept far from the most dangerous positions, but you have to stop often because they'll tell you the Helvetii rearguard has taken a liking to provoking your column to fight. Caesar refuses a direct clash for now, contenting himself with preventing foraging parties from leaving the safety of the hostile convoy. You still haven't figured the proconsul out, but at least he is smart enough to not engage an enemy on their own terms. So, still nothing happened. We are still on full health, we are still looking good, and I think the engagement is on the horizon. And if you've played the demo, you know the engagement is coming with the Helvetii army. The Aedui were supposed to supply you with grain, but for some reason they are delaying. Perhaps not all of them are on your side. Perhaps some fear that your help will come at a price, and they would rather live under the yoke of the other Gauls, than that of the Romans. There are meetings between Caesar and some leaders of your allies, but very little transpires. You are only 18 miles from Bibracte, the largest city of the Aedui. The commander decides to stop following your enemy. The new priority is to reach a city and use this opportunity to stock up on food before resuming this chase. It is not long before you are informed that the Helvetii have turned around to pursue you. They must have interpreted your sudden change of course as a sign of fear. Your cavalry is sent to engage their vanguard to buy time. Caesar is seen dismounting along with all of his closest officers. Their horses are taken away. Today, the proconsul will share the same danger as his army. If the fight goes wrong, his fate will be no different than yours. Your legion and the 12th are ordered to move up a nearby hill to guard the baggage. The auxiliary light infantry is with you. The remaining 4 legions form up on the field below, disposed on 3 lines. The mass moving against them is impressive. During the last few weeks, you have heard a lot about the Helvetii, of how their warfare skills were constantly honed by their continual conflicts with the Germani. The javelins from your first line create gaps in the enemy phalanx, but the struggle hangs in the balance. Clash is even more brutal than you'd expected. From your vantage point, you have a clear view and you can barely contain your nervousness. It is a torment to watch the battle unfold as you stand here doing nothing. When things seem to take a turn for the better and the Helvetii start retreating towards a nearby mound about a mile from the battleground, their rearguard emerges in the distance and threatens your open flank. The third line of your army is hastily rearranging to stop them. The battle keeps going on 2 fronts. It is almost sunset when the enemy starts to buckle under the constant pressure. Part of them retire towards the mountain, the rest to their wagons. There they will make one last stand. Your cohort and a few others are directed away from the hill to control some possible escape routes. You are placed to guard a difficult pass. Anyone who tried to break through here would be at serious disadvantage. You wait. The sky is darkening and it's getting cold when you spot a disarrayed group of spearmen approaching. They're still far and the light is not ideal, but they do not look like battle-hardened veterans. They carry small shields, light infantry then. At any rate, you'd better not underestimate them. These people are taught to fight from a very young age and are always dangerous. They are definitely coming in your direction. You must fight. You glance back. Your men look tense, but not too scared. Their vantage point gives them confidence just as well, because you do not think they would be ready to fight on equal terms. So, before we go into the conflict, here's a quick representation of the events described. The map can be found on emersonkent.com and depicts the engagements and movements. You can also read up on this in Wikipedia. Just search for Caesar and 58 BC and you find a similar map and some description on what happened. So, we went to Geneva and learned the Helvetii moved on, so we crossed over to the River Rhone and followed the Helvetii to the River Saône to the west, where Caesar killed the rearguard of the Helvetii, and then we built a bridge and crossed the river and continued our slow pursuit until we closed to Bibricate in the north, and then the Helvetii engaged us. Equal terms. So here we are. Yes, do we ask for favor? We do. I think we do. What does this give? You combativeness 8. Later, when the vow is fulfilled, you will gain religion 800. Let's do 500. I think. Ooh, we could do an altar, but I think I'm not quite sure about our troops. Let's do 500. And here we are. We are in the battle proper. This is the engagement with the Helvetii. And the cohesion of our enemy must be 1,200 or less at the end of the fight, and we must have a higher than them. We start with a 500 advantage. And to summarize what I learned in the demo and how this works. So here's a lot of stuff on the screen. The important things. Look at that's not what I wanted to click. Look at determination and difference. This one is something that does give a few modifiers. If you hover over something, you can read it. I will hover over everything so that you can read it and pause if you want to. But basically, determination is reset each time a round ends, or several rounds end. So to cover that, the battle starts here, and we are not yet engaged. There's going to be a javelin part, and then there's going to be the melee part, and then we have a few rounds of fighting. Then we will retreat, and then there is going to be a pause in the fight. So there's going to be a lull where we can recover a bit of cohesion, and then the fight will continue. So if you want to read that all on your own, I'm gonna give you everything you need to know here. So you can stop it here if you want to and read all of those things. I'm just gonna scroll through them so you can see them. But yeah, these engagements, very important things we need is, first of all, there's our front and there's our cohesion. Cohesion is the way our formation, or basically that's the health of our troops. And as you can see, formation is the base value plus the formation's discipline times 20. So the higher the discipline, the higher our cohesion. And you can see the enemy has not much cohesion because they are retreating, and as the text said, they are no veterans. The front is the front row, and the max value of the front is equal to 25% of the cohesion. So you see here, the higher the cohesion, the better the front, the more damage we can absorb. And this one helps us absorb damage. So front defense indicates the defensive bonus provided by the formation and the front line. Then there's another thing. We got a high ground, so we get also an upgrade here. And then there is fatigue, and then there's imbalance. This one is the thing we already saw, and lingering is over long term, and fatigue is just in the one fight here. And the higher this goes, the harder or the worse the modifiers get. And imbalance is a way of us dancing between stances. So there are 5 stances: very, very cautious, steadfast, fierce, and all out. The one is very cautious, of course, very defensive oriented, and we come to this now. And the other one is very offensive, and each one gives per round a few points. And yeah, we should not exceed -5 or +5, otherwise we get some negatives. You can, but it's So, as the two sides get closer, your men prepare to throw their javelin at your command. The enemy will likely do the same. So both of us are throwing. our javelins, we have got here throw initiative capacity is javelin skill plus our factor is 30, and the enemies is 34 plus the superior javelin skill and a minus of morale, which leads to them having 42 because of the better javelin skill and us having a disadvantage. So we can throw normally or we can act in advance. This is different because then we have to do javelin skill, ground factor, leader's int and awareness, which is way higher than his, and the fatigue, see this? So by acting in advance we can equal out the field, and now it's a coin toss if we get it or not. So let's do this. And we lost. We tried to take the advantage and to surprise the opponent, we failed. So yeah, unfortunate. Would have been nice. Now we've got wrong timing, so not only are we worse on the javelin, we also got wrong timing minus, and now we are minus 33. So we throw first, but these things, these javelins, are gonna go wide, very wide. And you see here we do no damage. Someone bungled his throw, and also our troops just did not cut it. Unfortunate. Now here come the Helvetii. They've got a minus 7, and they also do not do anything. So no javelin hits, and we are in the fight proper. And you can see here we can seize the initiative by being the better one here, especially due to our charisma and int. And now here is what it's said about the very cautious, and fierce. So if we are all on steadfast, we can attack each other. He is committed to cautious, so if I would go cautious, then no fighting happens, because fighting can only happen if these two commitments are on either side of each other, let's say it that way. So if I go cautious and he goes cautious, nothing happens, even if I go very cautious. And most important of all, if you skip more than 2 in one or the other direction, you get a malus. And here is the imbalance. You can see here, very cautious is -2, cautious is -1, steadfast is +1, fierce +2, and all out +3. And if you go above or below -5, we get a few maluses and or more fatigue. You can do it, but it is not advised to. And then we have to decide if we go in the front or in the back as the leader. And of course we go in the front. We only go in the back if we need to recover a bit. And for a Roman, it is expected that we get into it and fight. So here's morale also. So we have the higher morale, that's why the difference is so big. And we are going steadfast just in the middle because he's going cautious, and we are hopefully getting the initiative. And we do not. We seized. We did not get the initiative, which means the enemy is now trying to gain a momentum. And gaining a momentum means they can attack us, and they have to hit. So you see here, they got the malus and they hit twice, which did 8 damage, and our sentry got a bit, yeah, of, what is it, determination, right? So the enemy tried to attack us and did not do much damage. 8 damage. You see here, 3 go into the front and 4 go into the real cohesion. This means that we only got 4 damage, 4 real damage into health, and the lower the health gets, yeah, you get the point. So now it's our turn to gain momentum. We have to hit now. They tried to press their advantage. They did not hit, of course, their momentum. Now it's our turn. We can try to do some stuff here, like doing this shield wall thing, for example, the shield push, which gets a bit of fatigue and gets a bit of advance. And we're gonna try that. And here we are, 3 times success, which means our momentum is now above theirs, which is very, very important. We did a bit of damage, but most important of all, we are now the attacker and we get to attack. Your momentum has to be above the momentum of the enemy to get damage in. And you see here, one time we did no damage, and then we did a bit of damage, 24 damage, and he's already getting down. And our determination gets up because we are really strong right now. He's now very cautious. And we're still on steadfast. So yeah, overall commitment is too low for a clash. That's what I meant. We are 2 outside of each other. So we could go fierce to get him. But you see here, if I go 2 forward, the commitment will shift, we will suffer 5 points of cohesion damage, which is not ideal. And going fierce means we get +2 for fierceness per round, which means 3 attacks, and which would bring our imbalance way up. At the same time, they are very cautious, and we want to press the advantage, but I don't think we should. In fact, let us recover on cautious, get our imbalance down, because he will get an imbalance negative. And he's now steadfast, so he's coming for us. He failed, and we've got the advantage, so we get 1 attack. Or 2, 2 is the minimum, I think, so we got the momentum here, luckily. Yeah. And now we can go into steadfast again, and go with a push. Do we go with a push? Yeah, let's do it. Do go with the bush way. And we get 2 hits. He lost a bit. 8 damage inflicted. And here go the attacks. And we get a big hit. And they lose competitiveness. Perfect. So we are getting to them. Ooh, bad. Bad. They hit all 3 of them. That is no good. That is no good. Okay, he missed his 2 attacks on us. Good for us. And we are slowly disengaging, so should be the last rounds here. So we are staying on steadfast. Oh, nice. 3 hits. And he lost a bit. Oh, nice. Nice. 3 on 3, and we did not hit. Damn it. Okay. We go steadfast again. 2 momentum for us. And finally some hits. 2 hits in fact. Oh, nice. And here comes the bonus. We get a threat roll. And we got 3 of them. And yeah, you can see we do the roll thing again on the 100. And if we do this, we get a bit of more damage in. And there's a modifier which counts up. We can kill outright an enemy. And sometimes we get into individual fights. You will see that. So here we are. The lull is coming. We haven't lost any cohesion. We haven't lost anyone so far, as I can see. Full cohesion. All is good. The enemy also got a bit of cohesion back. But we've got them backed into a corner and imbalance. Here we are back. Fatigue is gone. And we continue. We stay on the steadfast and try this again. And they try to gain the momentum and 1. No hits for him. That's bad for him. And we are going in. 3 successes. Nice. 2 hits. And 40 damage on his cohesion. Ooh. That hurts for him. So, his try to gain the momentum back. All failure. Which means we attack again. And another no hit. Unfortunate. Okay. We go to the back this time. We want to get our fatigue a bit down. We are in the next stage, so we want to get a bit back here and try to gain a bit of our stuff back. Okay. That was a 3 hit, 2 double hits, and now comes the extra roll. Finally another one. A bit of damage in at least. So, forward. So we want to go front next time again. 1 hit. Okay. Nothing major happening. We are going front. And we are going back for cautious for a round to get imbalance down. And then next time around we go for steadfast again to use 2 rounds of fighting to get to them. We still need to get to 1-2. So we are trying to get there. Nice. Good success. We got him. Come on, we need a really good hit. Perfect, there's a hit. And there's a kill. Look at this. Damage to the front will suffer 106. This is incredibly insane. And now he lost his special bonus of 25%, so now we are in. Now we should press the advantage here. We are disengaging already. And now we need to press the advantage. Didn't hit. But we can go forward. Go fierce. And try to see if we can really hit him hard. One hit. Nothing. And disengagement. Okay, we are back to full. We got a bit of lingering fatigue. We got a bit of this. They are really hurting here on the fatigue. The morale is down. We are close. We've got half the way. We are done half the way. Ooh. Another bit. And we got 1 or 2 more rounds to get it down below 1,200. So, same thing again. Forward, steadfast. He gained the momentum again and hits 1. He failed. And now it's our turn. 1 only. Nothing happens. Not good. Oh boy. What a bad round. Luckily he did not hit. We need to push here. We need to get him. Yes. Oh man. Are we going cautious? Yeah, we have to go cautious again and then we go for the next one. Failed all of them. Finally we get an attack and we lose it. And here we are. Try that again. Perfect, finally. A few hits, that's good. 25 damage. 52 damage. He failed his, so we get another attack. Slowly disengaging. You know what? We stay on steadfast. Yep, 3 hits. We are getting an imbalance thing now. But I think we are fine for now. Yeah, we are on imbalance. He failed his. Nice, 2 hits. Come on, come on. Yes. Is it a kill? No, unfortunate. Would have loved a manual fight here. We are disengaging, so we are already on the end here. Let's go steadfast again. 3 hits. We got him close. Push him, push him. There's the disengage. We need 63 more. 63 more. Our own fatigue is very high, but now we have to really do stuff here. We have got the advantage. Do we go fierce? He's very cautious. Yeah, we go fierce. 3 success, that's it. Not enough damage. Oh, here, finally we get the manual fight. Perfect. So we are both very low. Yeah, we are going for regular stance, close in. So we got 5 rounds of manual fighting. If we kill the enemy... Oh, he failed, and he failed. If we kill him, we get a kill on the enemy, and that would be very lovely. The stance is the defense, and the health is the health. So we have to try to get in here and hit the enemy. So if you look at this, we got a chance to attack his torso, or we could in fact intimidate him with a plus 25 at 27. Yep, here we go. And now we got a chance to hit him. He has no armor, nothing, so we always bypass armor, that's good. Otherwise we have to search for soft spots. Feint, simple feint. What does feint do? Base ability awareness. If both attack and roll exceed, the opponent loses stance. So this is a way of us to get his stance down. And this is something we're gonna try. Yes, first, second, nice. He lost stance, and he did miss his recovery. So now, can we hit him in the torso? Ah! If you miss your attacks, you lose stance yourself, by the way. Bad, 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 bad. Rebound focus. Offensive focus down. All of this is not... uses all my remaining actions. Oh, I wanna attack him, but... Okay, rebound focus. Okay, he's got his whole stance again. Bad. Recover. So, feint. We do it again. Misled. Succeeded. And he failed his action roll, and he succeeded in his recovery roll. Damn you! They have the high ground. Okay. No, we have the high ground. If I go this way... Nah, we're not hitting. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. How are we getting this? Offensive focus? Attack bonus? He's got full points again. Bullshit. Okay. I think we're not getting through here. Oh, we hit! He's hard pressed. Ooh, we hit. Soft spot? No. Strike. Strike again. Oh man! Wow. A modest victory. We did nothing. Did nothing to the enemy. That was a fight. That was not a nothing burger. Okay, we continue. Here's his chance. He did totally miss it. And we get our attacks in. Oh! Gaius Julius is in a fight. Oh, he's totally down. And what is this? Less damage, but we go in quick. Let's try it with the quickness. Okay, here we are. Feint and strike are the two we have. He's not hitting. How about we bluff? Yes. Yes. Can we feint again? Bluff again? Oh man! Fuck it. He's getting a recover? No, he does not. Okay. Feint again. How are we rolling so low? Fine. Can we strike him? Oh, we can strike him on the torso. We get a plus 21 and still can't do it. The stance has to be lower because the rolls, the stance is really what determines your actions here. Damn it. Okay, we recover. We got everything recovered. And we bluff again. How? How the fuck are we not... You see the 14 modifier? That's his stance. So the higher our modifier, the better the chance we do something here. So attack bonus for next round. I recovered full. Let's try to hit him. It's the end of the fight. Oh yes! We hit him. That lost him stance. Oh, let's go for a head hit. Yes! Hard pressed. Unfortunate. But it's a clear victory and we got a bit of damage in, which gives us valor and damage to formation a bit. Good. We need to go back to Steadfast. He's cautious. He failed all of his rolls. Oh, we did no damage. Fuck this. Fuck. We are already slowly disengaging. Oh, we need to do this. It's the end. We got two hits, 2 successes. Yes, we got him under 2. We got him under. He failed. We get another attack. Oh, we did it. Nice. Is it a kill? Ah, another hit. A kill, please. Yes. Okay, we got him. We got him. That secured it for sure. Whew. That was intense. Well, now we are already on imbalance. We're just gonna continue. We beat him whilst they're running. No hits. He did miss his, and we get the attacks and a bit of damage in. Good. Nothing. Fine. I think the fight is over. But we did our thing. Here comes the last attack of us. A few more hits. You can totally wipe out the enemy, by the way. I did that in a demo at some point. Wipe out the enemy force. Oh, we still got the opportunity, the upper hand. Nice. Is it a kill? No. No, nothing. So that is it. We won that convincingly. I thought it was rather close at the end. In the last round only, we really bashed them, but we did our thing. The attackers withdraw in confusion and disperse. It is night when the fighting at the wagons is over. The remaining enemies surrender and are captured. And although many thousands have escaped, it is not yet time to give chase. You remain at the battle site for 3 days to take care of the wounded and bury the dead. We get a bit of competitiveness, and everyone gets competitiveness. And we get an opinion from Caesar. As the loot of battle is gathered, you have a chance to snatch a beautiful gold torque. What? Break the rules and steal it to sell later. No, we pass. Tempting as it is, you leave the torque alone. Yeah, integrity goes up. And on the 4th day, you resume the pursuit. The survivors have fled to the north, but the battle cost them their precious supplies, and they are too desperate to keep struggling. The envoys meet your column halfway, offering unconditional surrender. The Helvetii accept to return to their old settlement to the east, beyond the Jura. They will hand over their weapons and a consistent number of hostages to ensure compliance. The former territory of the Helvetii must now remain empty. Should the dreaded Germani from across the Rhine decide to occupy it, if that happens, the safety of the Transalpine province would be compromised. You kept the vow that you made for the battle. That's the religious thing, so we get 100 religious AP. Nice. And we lost a bit of money, of course, and we get a bit of morale and reduced. Perfect. Of the other tribes that accompanied the Helvetii on the invasion, only the Boii are allowed to remain in Gallia. They were part of the rear guard of the enemy convoy and fought most valiantly. The Aedui have offered to take them in and give them fields to cultivate. As for you, it seems you will stay this side of the Alps for a while. Caesar receives delegations from the many free tribes of the central Gallia. They have come to thank him for dealing with the invasion that threatened their people, but there's more to it. There's a speculation that a general assembly has been called, but you have no idea of the reason. It is no use trying to pry information to tribunes. They are tight-lipped on this matter. We received a bit of loot, and that's 500 sestertii, which are exactly what we doled out for the for the, what was it, the altar, the thing. Yeah, okay, let me see if I can save here. I can. Perfect. Oh, I see. Yeah, there is this one. Save. Yes, we do. Okay, we stop here at this part, at the end of part 1, or somewhere in the part 1. We will continue to our garrison duty. I think we get a new training round. Maybe we get another fight, but I think next time around we get, if I remember correctly, a bit of training in. Then we get part 2, and the story continues of our legion with Titus Anicius and his century. So, thank you for watching so far, and I will see you with the next one. Bye bye.